Hi everybody. It's only October. It's not Christmas yet, but I feel like a kid at Christmas. I found a deck that I'd been looking for quite some time, and I found it on eBay, and the seller happened to live out near where my mother lives, out in the desert. So when I was visiting my mom, I made a combination trip. I picked up this deck from the seller, so I didn't have to have it mailed to me. And she gave it to me, delivered in this beautiful Christmas wrap gift bag. And I thought that was very appropriate because this is sort of my Christmas gift for the year. So without further ado, here we have the Tarot of Delphi, or Delphi, depending on how you pronounce it. This is a beautiful deck. I've seen a few reviews, and there's a website that also has pictures from this deck. You can sign up and get, I believe it is the suit of wands that you can get it sent to you as an email file. A fine art deck illustrated with authentic Victorian and Edwardian art from 1838 to 1913. Now, I know some people don't care for decks that have art that's not specifically created for the tarot deck, but I have the Victorian Romantic Tarot from Baba Studios, and that's kind of a similar concept. They also took pre-existing art and fit it to the cards, and I really enjoyed that deck. I have to review that still, but when I saw the images that were used for this deck, I had to have it because Sir Lawrence Alma Tadema is one of my favorite artists, and this contains several of his works. So without any further delays, let us unbox this wonderful deck and get right down to it. Now, I understand that there is going to be a reprint of this deck, and it probably will not be available for another year or two. So I didn't want to wait that long. I know I could have waited a couple of years and could have gotten this deck for much less than I just paid the seller to buy this on eBay. But I don't want to wait for 2 years. I'm impatient. So we have this lovely sculpted box. It's got the little recess there so that it's easier to pull apart. Created and curated by J.D. Hildegard Hinkle. And she does have a website, and she has a Facebook page. And here's a listing of some of the artists that were used. The Tarot of Delphi is a fine art tarot deck created with pre-Raphaelite, symbolist, aesthetic, academic, and neoclassical art from the Victorian and Edwardian eras. Okay, there's also an alternate Empress card included, a title card, and an instruction booklet. Lovely hard box. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Here we have the book that's included with the deck. The High Priestess is shown on the cover. Tarot of Delphi. Now, the Oracle of Delphi was very famous in the before Christ era as a oracle who was able to foretell or prophesy, and what they would do would be enter this area where they had vapors arising from the earth. So they were probably in some sort of a chemically induced trance. They had priests who would interpret what the oracle was mumbling for the querent. All right, a fine art tarot deck and booklet, published by AELLO Publishing. Introduction. Know thyself, nothing in excess. Inscriptions from the ancient temple of Delphi. So There are notes on the cards, notes on the artwork that was included. Now, this is my first time opening this and going through it, so I'm not extremely familiar with the cards. But the book looks fascinating. It's not your typical little white book. It actually gives information on why the images were chosen, what the images are titled, and who the original artist is. Some keywords for the card. So this is going to be great to run through as I go through my cards. All right. Now, the lady that I picked this up from, I couldn't resist asking her if she had another deck set back. And she told me no, she didn't, but that she was going through a divorce and she really needed the money. So I let her know about the possible reprint in a year or two, so that made her feel a little bit better about parting with it. Okay, let's get this. Now, the lady that I bought this from told me that she normally purifies her cards using sea salt. And I'm kind of curious if any of you watching have a certain way that you purify or bless your cards. I would love to hear about it in the comments section, so please let me know. Now, these do not look like they're in a particular order. I've got the cups coming up here initially. Cups, swords, let's see here. Wands are back at the back. Okay, I had to go back in because these were not packaged in any particular order. They were all mixed up. So I went back in and I organized them in the manner with which I'm most comfortable with. That's putting the major arcana initially, and then going through the suits in the order of swords first, because to me swords represent spring, the east, air, and then we have the suit of wands. The suit of wands represents summer, fire, south, and then I place the suit of cups, because to me cups represent autumn, west, and water. And last but not least, the suit of coins or pentacles, and to me that suit represents the north, winter, and earth. So I kind of go around the wheel of the year when I look at my tarot decks. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm very curious to know if anybody would let me know their methods for purifying, blessing, cleansing their cards. Or do you do that when you initially receive them? Do you infuse them with your energy somehow? Do you place them in the full moonlight? Just whatever you personally do that you find that helps to preserve the energy of the cards and make your readings more true. So, as I said, I have not read through the book yet, so we're just going to kind of take a look at the cards themselves, and you can see if they kind of work for you, for your type of imagery that you enjoy for tarot. So here we have the Fool, the Magician. She does have all her magical elements here. The High Priestess, or the Oracle of Delphi. Now this deck gives you 2 Empress cards to choose from, whichever you prefer. There are sort of 2 traditional views of Empress. One is as a ruler, a queen, and the other is sort of as an Earth Mother. So either works for me. I don't know. I may just I love my Empress cards, and I may just leave both of these in the deck. What the heck? The Emperor. The Hierophant. trying to get this so you get the best view. The Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, and instead of Wheel of Fortune, we have Threads of Fate, where they're weaving the cloth of the threads of the future. Justice, the one torn asunder instead of the hanged man. The one torn asunder. Death, Temperance, the Siren instead of the Devil, instead of the Tower we have the Shipwreck. Oh, the Star. What a beautiful star card. I really love this card. It's just so delicious. So beautiful. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. And instead of the World, we have the Garden. Now to the Suit of Swords. Ace of Swords. She has a very determined look on her face. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Get the resting image there. This gives you sort of the impression of sorrow or heartbreak. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. She's just killed her husband with this axe. Clytemnestra, I believe that is. So it's the typical idea of Five of Swords. It's a tainted victory. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords. She is somewhat captive on this place here by the sea. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. Icarus flying too closely to the sun. And that was the end of him. Now for the court cards, which they call the face cards, I thought I'd go back to the book and give you a little insight as to why these were presented as they were. The titles and attributes of the face cards reflect the history and literature of ancient Greece and Rome. Devotee, so instead of a page, we have devotee, devotion to what the suit represents. Instead of a knight, we have the artisan, ability to use the suit's qualities in productive ways. And in place of the queen, we have the hero, the energetic living expression of the suit. And in place of king, we have enchantress, the conscious application of the suit for desired ends. Very interesting. So that's a little twist, a little less rider weight, and it makes this deck very unique. That's really not Thoth or any other deck that you may have seen in the past. So I'm going to just present to you the face cards, as they call them. There's the Devotee of Swords, the raw energy of the sword suit. We have the Hero of Swords. And what did they say that the hero represented? Hero is the energetic, living expression of the suit. The Enchantress of Swords. Enchantress being the conscious application of the suit for desired ends. And the Artisan of Swords. Artisan being the ability to use the suit's qualities in productive ways. That would take a little bit of getting used to. You'd have to really work with this deck and examine it a while before you could actually read with it. That would take me a while to get used to what they call those face cards. Next we have the Suit of Wands. Here's one of my all-time favorite paintings. It's a Sir Lawrence Alma Tadema, the Bacchante, and that represents the Ace of Wands. Here we have the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, Four of Wands, very celebratory, Five of Wands. So we've sort of got the badminton game here and the idea of competition as a sports competition. Six of Wands, triumph, victory, acclaim. Seven of Wands. Her husband has died and or they presume he's died, and she's trying to ward off the suitors. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. She's coming up from the underworld. The feeling of swiftness or motion. Nine of Wands. And Ten of Wands. And then the face cards in the wand suit. Let me try to present them the way they were presented in the book. First would be the Devotee of Wands, the raw energy of the suit. Next we would have the Artisan of Wands, so taking the energy and making it manifest. This is a architect from ancient Rome, so he is an artisan of wands. The Hero of Wands, and the Enchantress of Wands. What a beautiful card that is. The red really carries through the wands theme. All right, now we'll move on to the Suit of Cups. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, very nice, Four of Cups. You've got a feeling of satiety there. You've got all you need, but you might be a little bit dissatisfied. Four of Cups. I wouldn't be dissatisfied if I lived in a home like that. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. Now my card has a little defect here. Got a little piece of ink or something that's within the card itself. But that's okay. It's not on the artwork itself. Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. I really like that for Seven of Cups. This gives you the feeling of illusion, trying to make a choice. She's looking into the pond at the fish, playing her lyre. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Moving away from your situation. The Nine of Cups. Supposed to be a happy card. I don't know. The expression on her face doesn't really evoke happiness, but I'd have to read more about exactly what this piece of art is before I could have a better understanding of it. And there is the Ten of Cups, fulfillment, happy family. All right, the court cards, or what we call the face cards. We have the Devotee of Cups. Really nice, I love that. The Artisan of Cups. The Hero of Cups. And the Enchantress of Cups. Ooh, that's a gorgeous card. Wow. If it were me, I would have made that my Ace of Cups. She would have, this gives me more the feeling of an ace. And this could have been the Enchantress, but, you know, either way works. The Enchantress of Cups. That's just beautiful. Okay, and the last suit of coins. Or pentacles, however you want to regard it. Ace of coins. Two of coins. You've got that balance going there. Three of coins. Four of coins. I'm not sure how this evokes Four of coins. I'd have to read the book. I believe that's Narcissus there. I'm not positive. I haven't, studied this deck yet. But Four of coins oftentimes is a person who's gathering their wealth, taking stock of their assets. So maybe that's what he's doing. What the heck? Cute. Five of coins. Kind of a sense of destitution, winter there. Lack of resources. The Six of coins. You've got your abundance and your sharing theme. Seven of coins. Growth, planning, waiting. I kind of like this card. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting portrait. Eight of coins. Wow. Cool. She is a very accomplished craftsman. Eight of coins. Nine of coins. Peacock feathers. Wonderful. That's a great nine of coins. Love it. 10 of coins. I do enjoy this card. Gives you the feeling that this family is accumulating wealth and possessions and passing on good lessons in life to this baby. All right, the face cards for coins. We have the Devotee of coins. The Artisan of coins. Sort of gives me the idea of the male guy that works his way up through the company. Artisan of coins. Hero of coins. Looks like Hercules. I'm not positive. I'd have to read what the little book tells about it. Hero of coins. And the Enchantress of coins. So as you can see, this is a marvelous deck. Beautiful artwork. A lot of thought has been given to the cards, the meaning, and why they were chosen. As I mentioned earlier, it's out of print at this point in time. It's supposed to come back into print at some point in the future. In the meantime, you may be able to find an occasional copy on eBay. So good luck to you in your search. This deck is going to hold a place of honor in my collection. I really love it. I would have to say it's one of my top favorites, even though I haven't worked with it yet. But I anticipate that I'm going to have a great deal of enjoyment working with this deck. So take care, and we'll talk to you again in the future. Bye now.